Hi, my name is Dr. Shell, also known as Dr. Test Prep. Welcome to the Dr. Test Prep YouTube channel. I am helping you get ready for the ASVAB AFQT. I'm at a gorgeous campground in Texas right now, hence the hat and the citronella smoke going by. If you do not have our free book, it's 200 pages, completely free, has all the questions that you need. Please go ahead and download it. The link is in the description. If you're interested in the paid version, that information is at the end of the video. It's $49 and half of the money goes to nonprofits, including ones that support veterans and troops, and it's awesome. So when it comes to inferences, we're basically reading information and making, I'm going to call it our best guess. We're inferring. So we're going to look at what clues are in a paragraph that can help us make an inference. How can we combine multiple details that can support the inference, and which inference is best supported? So we're going to be comparing different inferences. All right, as always, best practice is to read the question first. So we are going to do that. I'm not going to do it as detailed because I know all the questions are about inferences. And then we're going to read it carefully, look for key clues that can help us, and then combine those clues. Now, as always, our questions start easy and get harder. I'm a teacher. It's just how it is. I got to make sure you know the skill before I give you the higher AFQT questions. All right, here we go. So we're looking at what conclusion is best supported. A student reviewed her notes regularly instead of studying only before the test. During the exam, she answered questions steadily and made fewer careless mistakes. So she studied notes throughout the class and then during the exam made less mistakes. Regular review likely improved her accuracy and consistency, quite possibly. The test included fewer difficult questions. Well, we can't particularly say that. The student studied fewer topics overall. No, she studied consistently. The careless mistakes are not related to preparation. We can't suggest that. So letter A is the best choice. The restaurant reduced its menu options. We're looking for what's best supported by the paragraph. The restaurant reduced its menu options, focusing on smaller selection of items. Soon after, customers spent less time deciding what to order. So there's less menu items. Customers spent less time ordering. So customers preferred having more choices. That's not supported. The restaurant lowered their food quality. No, they lowered the number of options available. The menu became less popular. No, they still ordered. They just did it quicker. So fewer options likely made decisions easier. The athlete practiced in conditions, which conclusion? The athlete practiced in conditions similar to those expected during competition. During the event, she maintained a consistent pace while others slowed down. So she practiced in conditions similar to the competition and was able to maintain a consistent pace. Other athletes were less experienced. We can't suggest that. The competition conditions were easier than expected. No. Consistent pacing is not important. No. Look at this word likely. It's very rare that one of your answer choices will be an absolute. So if it said not likely important, maybe, but likely is kind of what gives it away. The teacher gave students guiding questions before reading a passage. During discussion, students referred to specific evidence and explained their thinking more clearly. Which statement is best supported? The passage was easier than previous readings. Not really. The students had prior knowledge of the topic, maybe because the questions maybe gave them an understanding. Discussions became shorter and more focused. The questions likely help student focus. That's the best choice. Which conclusion? The company reduced the number of meetings required each week. Employees reported having longer periods of uninterrupted work time. So meetings were no longer necessary. Every meeting was no longer necessary. No. Employees preferred working independently. That's not articulated. Fewer meetings allowed for more focused work time. Yes, that's probably the best conclusion. The city added more parks and walking trails. Over time, residents spent more time outdoors and reported feeling less stressed. So residents avoided outdoor spaces, like all residents avoided outdoor spaces. I mean, I'm camping. No. Outdoor activity is unrelated to stress levels. No. The city reduced indoor recreation? What? Increased access to green space? Likely influence both activity and stress. So now we're going to be taking multiple pieces of information and putting them together to try to get the best answer. The student reviewed notes throughout the week and completed additional practice problems before the test. During the exam, she worked efficiently and avoided repeating earlier mistakes. Which statement is most strongly supported? The student relied more on practice than review. One method alone would have produced? No. Her improvement was likely due to a combination of strategies. Yes, that's most likely the best answer. The company shortened its onboarding process while also providing clearer written instructions. New employees began completing tasks independently sooner and required less supervision. Which conclusion is best supported? Employees preferred shorter training regardless of clarity? No. Clearer instructions alone eliminated the need? No. The onboarding process removed important content? No. Both efficiency and clarity likely contributed to increase in production. The athlete adjusted her training by improving nutrition and adding recovery days. During competition, she maintained energy levels and avoided fatigue she had experienced earlier. So performance changes were likely influenced by multiple adjustments. Nutrition had no effect. Recovery alone. Training was reduced significantly. No. Likely. The teacher introduced structured outlines and provided examples before assignments. We had a similar question like this, but now we're looking for conclusion. Students' responses became more organized and they included more relevant details in their work. So students were already capable. Well, why were their things are more organized? No. The assignments required fewer details. Stop. Organization improved independently? No. Multiple supports likely improved both structure and detail. The city increased public transportation options and improved scheduling reliability. More residents began using transit regularly and fewer reported delays in their commutes. Which statement is most strongly supported? Residents were required to use public transportation. Reliability alone caused increased usage. Combined system improvements likely influence both usage and efficiency. Transit use increased despite declining quality. No, letter C. The company improved its website layout and reduced the number of steps required to complete a purchase. Customers spent less time navigating and were more likely to complete transactions. Customers preferred navigating complex systems. No, they improved it and reduced the number of steps. Navigation is unrelated. Layout changes had no effect. Multiple design improvements likely contributed. All right, so now we're going to have ones where two could work, but we want to find the best one. Best. The company introduced a new workflow system that reduced the number of required steps for completing tasks. While employees initially needed time to adjust, productivity increased and fewer tasks required revision. However, some employees continue to rely on older methods when handling unfamiliar situations. So sometimes I like to summarize it. There was a new workflow that reduced steps. People needed time to adjust, but it ultimately worked. However, we still went back to the old ways occasionally. The new system was ineffective? No. The system improved efficiency? Yes, but was not fully adopted in all. This is kind of true. Employees preferred older methods because they were more efficient? No, it said that productivity increased. It needed eliminated? No. Okay, because it was not fully adapted in all situations. The athlete increased both her training intensity. So the smoke is really coming across me. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I have kept moving these citronella candles so it doesn't impact the camera, but the wind has its own thing. So I guarantee you I'm not smoking. It's citronella to keep the mosquitoes away. Moving on. The athlete increased both her training intensity and recovery time. During competitions, she maintained consistent performance, though her overall speed improved only slightly. Other athletes with similar routines showed more noticeable speed gains, but also experienced greater fatigue. Which inference is best supported? Increased training intensity always leads to faster performance? No. Recovery time is more important than? No. Balancing training and recovery may support consistency? Yes. Fatigue has no effect? No. All right. We really want to avoid answers that are absolutes unless it's absolutely explicitly stated in what we're looking at. The city expanded its public transportation system and improved scheduling reliability. As a result, more residents began using transit regularly. However, traffic congestion in certain areas remained largely unchanged due to continued population growth. Public transportation has no effect on traffic patterns. Population growth can limit the impact of transportation improvements. Yeah, it doesn't say always limit, it says it's possible. So B is probably the right answer, but let's keep reading. Residents prefer driving regardless of transit? No, because it did work some. More residents use transit. Scheduling reliability is unrelated? No, B is the best answer. The teacher introduced both guided practice and independent problem solving into lessons. Students showed improvement in accuracy, but some continued to struggle when encountering unfamiliar question types. Students improved only because guided practice prevented students from learning new material. Improvement in familiar tasks does not guarantee success with new ones, potentially. Students avoided practicing unfamiliar problems. No, because they struggled with unfamiliar problems. So C is the best answer. The company redesigned its website to simplify navigation and reduce loading times. User engagement increased and more visitors completed purchases. However, customer feedback indicated that some users still had difficulty finding specific information. The website improvements fully resolved? No, there's a however. Faster loading times are unrelated. Navigation changes had no effect. Improvements increased engagement, but did not address all usability. That's the best conclusion. The passage compares two study habits. One involves reviewing material regularly, while the other focuses on last-minute preparation. Students using either method performed adequately on basic tasks, but those who reviewed regularly demonstrated stronger performance on more complex questions. Which inference is best supported? Last-minute preparation is more effective? Nope, it says both. That's not true. Both were adequate on basic, but it doesn't say that. Regular review may support deeper understanding? Potentially. Both methods produced identical results. Complex questions are unrelated? No. All right, that concludes inferences. Our next topic is author's purpose. See you soon. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. The full course with another 700 questions and video answers is available at heydrtestprep.com for only $49 to get ready for the AFQT. Half of all proceeds support nonprofit initiatives with at least $10 of your purchase supporting troops and veterans. All right, bye guys. We got this.